our other example, we're going to talk through plotting the graph of 3x plus 3y equals 12. So that's not the form that we want it in. Okay, we want it to look something like y equals something x plus something, or y equals something x minus something. Okay, we need y on its own, so we're going to rearrange this first. So we're going to start with 3x plus 3y equals 12, and we're going to use some stabilizers to help us rearrange it. Okay, so what's stopping the 3y from being on its own over here is the 3x, but that's a positive 3x, so we need to take away 3x from both sides. So plus 3x, take 3x, they can cross out, they cancel each other out, so we're left with 3y on that side equals, but this side we need to take away 3x, so we've got negative 3x, and that's a positive 12 because it's not got a minus sign before it, so plus 12. Okay, remember we don't want 3y, we want just y, so we need to divide everything by 3. So we're going to divide by 3 that side, and we're going to divide by 3 that side. So 3y divided by 3 is just y, or 1y. Okay, negative 3x divided by 3 is negative 1x. You can put a 1 before, okay, doesn't make a difference. And then plus 12 divided by 3 is plus 4. So now we don't need the 1y. I'm just going to write y equals, I don't need the 1x, so I'm going to just put negative x plus 4. Okay, remember these are the same, they've just been rearranged. Okay, so now we're going to use it to plot our coordinates, to find what goes in here to make our coordinates. So this first one, we know that this means y equals, that means negative 1 times x, because remember we've got an imaginary 1 there, that means negative 1 times x plus 4. That's what that means. Okay, so we've got y equals negative 1 times x plus 4. We don't start down here because they're minus numbers or negative numbers, they're a bit more difficult. We'll start this side instead. So we've got y equals, our first x value is 3, so negative 1 times 3 plus 4. Negative 1 times 3 plus 4. So what's negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. Add 4 is 1. Okay, I'm going to finish the rest over here. So we've got y equals negative 1 times x plus 4. Now we're going to use 2. So negative 1 times 2 plus 4. So negative 1 times 2 plus 4. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. So I'm going to put that in that box. Okay. Next is y equals negative 1 times x plus 4. Now we're going to use x is 1. So we've got negative 1 times 1 plus 4. So negative 1 times 1 is negative 1, plus 4 is 3. So 3 goes in this box. So you should already be able to see a pattern. So y equals negative 1 times x plus 4. So now we're going to use 0. Negative 1 times 0 plus 4. Well, negative 1 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 4 is 4. So 4 goes in that box. Y equals negative 1 times x plus 4. So this time we're using negative 1. So y equals negative 1 times negative 1 plus 4. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. 1 plus the 4 is 5. Next is negative 2. So we've got negative 1 times x plus 4. So negative 1 times negative 2 plus 4, because we're using negative 2 now. Negative 1 times negative 2 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. And then y equals, now we're going to use negative 3. So negative 1 times x plus 4. We're going to do negative 1 times negative 3 plus 4. So negative 1 times negative 3 plus 4. Negative 1 times negative 3 is 3, and 3 plus 4 is 7. But you should have been able to kind of see the pattern, so you may not have had to do these last few, because you should be able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can guess 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis, so we can see x and y. So I need to make these into pairs of coordinates. So I'm going to get my different coloured pen. So this is one coordinate. Remember, this number comes first at the top, so it's 3, 1. So 3, 1. Then this coordinate, so it's 2, 2. Then this coordinate, so it's 1, 3. Then this coordinate, so it's 0, 4. Then this coordinate, so it's negative 1, 5. Then this coordinate, so it's negative 2, 6. And then this coordinate is negative 3, 7. Okay, so I'm now going to label my axes. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just notice that these are equally spaced, okay? So make sure yours are as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then down here, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. And then here, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. And in the centre is 0. So we've got the coordinate 3, 1. Remember, this is x, this is y. So we go 3 along, so we find 3 on our along part, which is there, and then we go 1 up. So 3 and 1 up, which is there. So we've done that one. 2, 2. So we go along to 2, and then up to 2, which is there. 1, 3. So we go along to 1, up to 3. So we've done those two. 0, 4, so we go along to 0 and up to 4. Done that one. Negative 1, 5, so we go along to negative 1 up to 5. And then we won't be able to fit the rest of these on, but that doesn't matter because we can see that they're creating a straight line. So I'm just going to draw that straight line in. Okay, and remember our last step, I'm just going to say, well, that is the line 3x plus 3y equals 12, because that's what they gave us at the beginning.